Hi folks, time for the annual channel update, slightly before the end of the year, as usual. 2025 has generally been a good year at Tim's Variety, but there are a couple of warning signs that have me a little worried about the future, and I wanted to give you an update on what to expect in 2026. So the first thing to talk about is the channel's growth. It's been kinda weird. Now, the size of the channel has almost doubled in terms of raw subscriber count, and the views I get have gone up almost as much. However, the overall view count for the year has only gone up a little bit, as I published fewer videos during 2025 than I did in 2024. I hit the 100K milestone earlier this year and saw a pretty big jump in channel views and new subscribers almost immediately. I mean, YouTube insists that the subscriber count has no impact on anything, but let's be real here. If you see two videos on the same topic from two different channels, one has 1,000 subs and the other has 20,000, you're more likely to click on the one from the larger channel. YouTube insists that doesn't happen, but it happens, and I've confirmed with some other YouTubers I know that their channels saw a bump when they hit the 100K milestone as well. However, it's been kind of a double-edged sword. Now, my channel's views have always underperformed my subscriber count, even since I was back at like 5,000 subscribers. There are a lot of reasons for this, but in 2025 I did some more digging and discovered that out of all of my new subscribers I picked up, roughly half of them came from my tutorials and game mechanic guides, even the outdated ones, rather than my routine weekly uploads. Like, no kidding. Almost 40% of my total subscribers I've got subscribed off of the various updates to my radar guide over the last few years. That one video and its updates are what put me on the map, so to speak. This means that a large chunk of people subscribed to the channel just aren't really interested necessarily in the vehicle reviews I post. Now, this isn't just part of why my videos underperform the sub count, it directly impacts how often and how far YouTube shows them to people as suggested content. This isn't just my opinion. Check this out. These are two vids from the last few months, one that overperformed and one that underperformed. With the B66 review, YouTube tells me straight up that there are more subscribers choosing to watch it, which increases its reach on YouTube's recommendations. The second one, the Fiat 6614, is a ground vehicle review, something that only a minority of my regular viewers are actually interested in, and that's fine. And again, YouTube tells me straight up that since subscribers aren't clicking it, YouTube isn't pushing it out. Now, to be clear, none of this is complaining or anything like that. It's just how YouTube works, and it kind of illustrates a lot of what I see behind the scenes and how my channel's high subscriber count doesn't always mean as much as it might on a different kind of channel, since big portions of my subscribers are here for different types of War Thunder videos that don't always overlap, and that's totally fine. What all this means is that a huge portion of my subscribers, like around 75%, are what we call zombie subs, accounts that are subscribed but don't actually watch most or any of the content. Again, this is fine, but it impacts the stats a bit, and it's the primary reason why the channel underperforms the sub count, so I wanted to mention it. Now, there are also probably a fairly large number who subscribed years ago and subsequently lost interest in War Thunder somewhere along the way, but are still subbed to the channel even though they don't watch anything. Again, totally fine. And I've also got at least one confirmed bot account that's following the channel. This monkey account here posts this exact same comment within 48 hours of every single video that I publish. It's been doing this for years. I have no idea what this account is. I don't know what the story is behind it. I certainly didn't do anything to get this to happen. But if you know what the deal is with this monkey account, this bot, and why it's posting this exact same comment on every one of my videos, maybe you've seen this on another channel or something, please drop a comment and let me know. It's not hurting anything that this happens, but I'd just like to know the story. The other big news from 2025 is that the channel was finally able to qualify for the Gaijin Affiliate Partnership Program, which is different from their regular content creator program that I was already a part of. Hopefully you've noticed the little ad spot at the start of my vids now showing off the decal you can get in the game. And hopefully you appreciate that I didn't go with some anime gooner stuff, even though it would have gotten more revenue. I wanted a decal that would be obviously identifiable with the channel and would look good on basically anything. I'm happy to say that, at least in my opinion, the Shield decal came out great. If you've been using my affiliate link, thank you. I do get a small kickback from that. I mean, it's pennies, but it adds up, and it helps me out quite a bit. I also want to give a big shout out to my channel members. Now, the extra few bucks that come in through channel memberships really do help keep me motivated, and YouTuber burnout is totally a real thing, especially in a niche like War Thunder. There are absolutely times where the more frustrating aspects of the game, combined with some of the radioactive and toxic elements of the community, along with the infinite grindiness, kind of combine together into an awful trifecta of pain to just drain my soul into oblivion. But honestly, knowing that the channel members are there and feeling a strong motivation to deliver for you folks really does keep me going. So if you're a channel member, thank you for that. I love you folks. Now, I want to talk about the future for a minute. There's good news and bad news. The bad news is that the channel stats have been trending down for the last couple of months, where normally things trend up towards the end of the year. Combined with the usual slump that generally hits around the end of January, this could be a sign that 2026 is going to crater out pretty bad. Bro fell off, as they say. The good news is that doesn't really matter. As a reminder, I still do this as a hobby, so, it's not my main source of income or anything. As of 2025, I've already hit all of my actual goals for YouTube. I hit the 100,000 mark back in February, and I got you guys the in-game decal in July. Being totally real here, those are the only two things I actually wanted as, goals for the channel and the larger project of doing this. Now that both of those objectives have come and gone, I'm feeling an enormously reduced amount of pressure to try and chase the numbers. If the channel craters out, the only real consequence is that Gaijin might demote me to a lower level of their partner program, but the affiliate stuff and the decal wouldn't go away, so no big deal really. This means that going forward into 2026, you're going to see a lot more videos from me about lower tier vehicles, off-meta stuff, and just in general things that I'm more interested in personally, rather than stuff that I think will get more views. I wouldn't be surprised at all if my channel stats take a huge dip next year because, I know from experience that barely a third of you who watch a video about a top-tier jet fighter are going to watch a video about a rank 1 torpedo bomber. And that's fine. I no longer feel the pressure to chase the stats like I had to before. This is a long way of saying that you're going to get a lot more reviews of stuff that I think is interesting or fun, rather than stuff that I think people will click on. Oh, and I'll almost certainly be doing more dedicated history videos too. The ones I've published so far have done okay-ish, and honestly, as I mentioned a minute ago, it wouldn't really bother me unless they totally bombed out with 500 views or something. I'm also expecting to have updated 2026 guides for radar and missiles for you folks, but I'm a little behind schedule as those take a lot of IRL time to produce. Sorry, they'll be ready when they're ready. In terms of regular videos though, there are still a small handful of my older reviews from 4 years ago that I want to do a remake of or revisit. Either because the plane has changed significantly since I reviewed it, I'm just not happy with how the video came out looking back, or because the meta is just so different now for that aircraft, my original commentary is basically useless. Keep an eye out. Another update or two are coming very soon, and a few more throughout 2026. For some planes, like the MiG-29 for example, I'm planning to just review one of the copy pasta versions instead of replace my older video. If I review the Hungarian MiG-29 in the Italian tree, it gives me a chance to talk about the history of the MiG-29 with Hungary specifically, but since it's copy pasta, it also allows me to review the MiG-29 more generally in the current meta with its current flight model and all of that, without replacing my older video. The last thing I want to mention about the channel for 2025 is that for the first time, I actually accepted an offer for a sponsored video. The offer was actually from Gaijin and Thrustmaster to do a video about the upcoming game Aces of Thunder. Now, I've mentioned a few times that I don't have a good joystick setup for doing Sim and War Thunder, and they offered to send me a HOTAS setup that would actually fit my desk and give me early access to Aces of Thunder in exchange for doing a video about it. I accepted the offer, since I think it would be directly relevant to my audience, but then they ghosted me. Go figure. That was months ago, so who knows if it'll actually happen. Just know that out of the literally hundreds of sponsorship offers I've gotten, that I've only ever accepted one, and it fell through basically immediately. Okay, so now that I'm done blathering about the channel, a little bit of a real-life update that may end up affecting my YouTube stuff. In short, my day job dropped an enormous project in my lap that stands to consume a significant amount of additional time beyond my current responsibilities. For those who know the IT world, they want me to adopt a new data loss prevention software suite and deploy it to the entire company. Based on my first impression, it looks like it's going to be a serious hog to set up and maintain over the long run, with a fairly large increase to my daily workload. A side effect of this is that a lot of my YouTube plans have kind of been moved to the back burner. I had some more stuff I wanted to be doing with my other channel, a few more big War Thunder related projects, so on and so on, but the amount of time it takes just makes it impossible sometimes to find the hours. This is why I've only been posting to my other channel like a couple of times a year, instead of the weekly cadence I've been able to maintain here. Maybe if my YouTube stuff really took off, like 8 to 10 times what it is now, I'd be able to do this full time, but for now, it remains a hobby. The big part that I'm worried about, though, is that this stuff at work will get too heavy, and that my fears about this new project and the additional time it's going to take on a regular basis long term will end up being vindicated. And as a result of that, I might miss a week or two, or have to shift my release schedule to like 2 weeks on, 1 week off, 2 weeks on, 1 week off, or something like that, instead of getting you folks a video every week like I do now. I take it as no small point of personal pride that I've managed to get you folks a weekly War Thunder video consistently for about 4 years now, while still managing my adult day job career and everything else, and I'd really hate to ruin that streak. Well, that's gonna about wrap things up for 2025. I'm sorry that this update kinda ended on a potential downer, despite so many positive developments during the year. This was originally gonna be a lot longer and include my fears and hopes for War Thunder next year, but I'm gonna try and do that as its own video sometime during December. As always, thanks for watching.